Hello my fellow gamesters. Today we will dive into 20 games that have set the bar high for storytelling in the gaming world. Let's start exploring together. At number 1, we have Dishonored. This game pulls players into the plague-ridden streets of Dunwall. As Corvo Attano, you seek vengeance using stealth or brutal tactics, all influenced by player choices. The world reacts to how you play, shaping a unique narrative experience. With multiple endings, Dishonored delivers a truly immersive storytelling journey. Up next, we have the Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable is a meta-narrative that breaks the fourth wall and constantly surprises the player. It explores themes of free will and the nature of games themselves. Every decision or lack of it leads to wildly different outcomes. It's an innovative narrative that invites reflection on storytelling itself. Up next, we have Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. In this game, you play as Link, waking up in a post-apocalyptic Hyrule, piecing together the events that led to its fall. Through non-linear exploration, environmental storytelling unfolds as you uncover secrets and memories of a lost kingdom. The game's epic scale and emotional depth create a timeless adventure. Up next, we have Horizon Zero Dawn. In a world overrun by robotic creatures, Horizon Zero Dawn blends ancient tribal traditions with futuristic technology. As Aloy, you embark on a quest for truth, exploring humanity's collapse and survival. The game's narrative is layered with rich lore and emotional storytelling. Its exploration of identity, loss, and hope makes for a gripping experience. Up next, we have Cyberpunk 2077. Set in the dystopian future of Night City, Cyberpunk 2077 takes players on a personal journey through a neon-lit world of corporate corruption and cybernetic enhancements. You play as V, whose journey is influenced by player decisions, leading to multiple narrative paths. Despite its controversial launch, the depth of its story is undeniable. Up next, we have Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Following the events of Jedi Fallen Order, Star Wars Jedi Survivor continues the story of Cal Kestis. In a galaxy torn by conflict, Cal's journey reflects the struggle of identity and survival. With tight connections to the wider Star Wars universe, the narrative dives deep into the emotional and moral conflicts of the Jedi. The game's rich environments and character-driven plot make for a cinematic experience. Up next, we have Baldur's Gate 3. In Baldur's Gate 3, players are drawn into a complex, sprawling RPG rooted in Dungeons and Dragons lore. The game's intricate storytelling is shaped by player choices, where every decision impacts the world and its characters. With richly detailed dialogues, moral dilemmas, and vast world building, it captures the essence of role-playing. The interplay between player agency and the narrative makes for a deeply immersive experience. Up next, we have Bioshock. Bioshock is a narrative-driven masterpiece that explores philosophical themes of power, control, and free will. Set in the underworld city of Rapture, you unravel a mystery filled with moral questions and dark secrets. Its iconic twist leaves players questioning everything they knew about the story. The immersive atmosphere and strong world building add layers to its storytelling. Up next, we have Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Mass Effect is a pinnacle of sci-fi storytelling in gaming. As Commander Shepard, you are tasked with saving the galaxy from an ancient alien threat. The game's choices allows players to shape relationships and the fate of entire species, creating a deeply personal experience. This redesigned collection is a must-have for the fans of sci-fi storytelling lore. Up next, we have NieR Automata. Through the lens of androids fighting in a post-apocalyptic world, the game weaves a tragic and thought-provoking tale. Its multiple playthroughs reveal new story elements, adding depth to the narrative. The emotional weight of the story is amplified by its haunting soundtrack and unique gameplay. It's a deeply introspective experience that challenges traditional storytelling in games. Up next, we have God of War Ragnarok. This game takes the epic Norse mythology and brings it to life with an emotional and personal journey. Kratos and his son Atreus grapple with destiny and their place in the world as they face gods and monsters. The bond between father and son is central to the story, driving home themes of family, sacrifice, and legacy. The game's writing and performances are top tier, making for a gripping and emotionally resonant experience. Up next, we have Uncharted Series. The Uncharted series is a swashbuckling adventure with high-stakes action and memorable characters. Nathan Drake's treasure-hunting expeditions are filled with mystery, intrigue, and personal stakes. The games excel in cinematic storytelling, blending humor, drama, and spectacular set pieces. Each installment deepens the characters and world, creating an immersive narrative experience. Up next, we have Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 brings players back into a world of psychological horror and mystery. The game's layered narrative mixes reality with supernatural elements as you navigate the dark and twisted story of troubled writer. Its atmosphere, suspenseful plot, and unreliable narrators create a gripping narrative. The balance between light and dark themes keeps players on edge. Up next, we have Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas throws players into the lawless wasteland of post-apocalyptic Nevada. Rich in political intrigue and dark humor, the game offers players a chance to shape the fate of the Mojave Desert through critical choices. With branching storylines and multiple factions fighting for power, every decision feels significant. The game's narrative is both personal and expansive, filled with memorable characters. Up next, we have Death Stranding. In this game, Hideo Kojima delivers a deeply unique and symbolic narrative about connection and isolation. Players take on the role of Sam Porter Bridges, tasked with reconnecting a fractured world. The game's unconventional storytelling blends themes of loss, hope, and human bonds in a dystopian setting. It's a meditative journey that challenges traditional narrative conventions. Up next, we have Ghost of Tsushima. Set in feudal Japan, Ghost of Tsushima tells the tale of Jin Sakai, a samurai forced to adopt new methods to protect his homeland. The game beautifully balances action with a narrative of honor, sacrifice, and loyalty. The world is rich in detail, offering a cinematic and emotional journey through Japanese history. Its strong character arcs and impactful story choices elevate the storytelling. Up next, we have The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. The saga of Geralt of Rivia in The Witcher 3 is a storytelling marvel, with a world filled with lore, complex characters, and moral ambiguity. The game's main quest and side stories are equally compelling, exploring themes of destiny, love, and loss. Every choice impacts the narrative, leading to multiple endings. The Witcher 3 sets a gold standard for storytelling in games. Up next, we have A Plague Tale: Innocence. In A Plague Tale: Innocence, you follow the emotional journey of Amicia and her brother Hugo as they struggle to survive during the Black Death. The game masterfully combines historical elements with supernatural mystery, creating a tense and moving narrative. The bond between the siblings is central to the story, heightening the emotional stakes. The oppressive atmosphere and harrowing elements immerse players into their struggle. Up next, we have The Last of Us Part 2. The Last of Us Part 2 delivers a deeply emotional and morally complex narrative, continuing the journey of Ellie in a post-apocalyptic world. The game explores themes of revenge, grief, and redemption, pushing players to confront uncomfortable moral dilemmas. Its characters are flawed, making their journeys all the more human and compelling. It's a harrowing tale that stays with players long after the end. And finally, we have Red Dead Redemption 2. This game's narrative explores themes of loyalty, betrayal, and the inevitable march of time. As a member of the Van der Linde gang, Arthur's journey is both personal and epic, with decisions that shape the fates of those around him. The game's world is richly detailed, creating a living, breathing backdrop for its story. With emotional depth and memorable characters, it's an unforgettable experience that defines the pinnacle of open-world storytelling. There you have it. Leave a like and subscribe if you liked the video, and I am open to any suggestions and feedback in the comment section. Take care and keep on playing.